Halo already is a big joke.
Oh my God. You said it out loud. I cannot believe it.
Please call us at your earliest convenience. Now, show me what you can do.
What is happening? It's
I'm
episode.
sorry.
Oh, okay. You're sorry?
I'm sorry. I offended the 3 people that still play the game.
You.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow. I'm one of those. I'm one of those 3. Okay. It's episode 41 of the Halo Infinite podcast. And apparently, happy birthday to us because this show is a year old and we forgot.
Hooray!
Yay! Happy
Hold
birthday!
hold on. I have something for that. Hold on.
You guys sounded like a grunt birthday party right there. I
where's
really, I love that you guys like really pulled it off. Like really nailed it. Lethal's here, you guys.
There it
We
is.
turn a year old and Lethal comes back. Welcome back. What up, Nate? What up, Servant? Super Blitzkrieg. And Nate says his birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Nate. Happy grunt birthday party to you. There it is. There it is. It's episode 41, you guys. And there's not
This might be a short and sweet episode, but
it might
I
be.
don't know. There was the co-op flight, at least for some people that played it.
who played it?
I don't know.
On this panel, who played it?
Mule, did you play it?
No.
No.
Hey, I'll
This
play
is
it when
bad.
it comes when it's live. I don't need to do something without like any progress carrying over. I like that there's that's one thing we can talk about. There's going to be mission replayability, which is good. That was a frustrating feature. Look at Josh getting a triple kill on the B-roll. But that was a frustrating thing, especially when it came to collecting skulls in the original campaign. I've played through the campaign 3 times now. I think I've enjoyed it, but like the other times have been just specifically seeking out skulls and setting up a lasso run and other stuff. So I mean, it'll be nice that anybody that hasn't completed a mission can come in and it can trigger a replay option for everybody that's doing it. Do we still know how far you can wander? Is it tied to the 100 meters or something like that, right?
It looked pretty far. Like I saw a clip of somebody that was
1,000 meters.
They fly across the map, and it looked like it was pretty far. Like they were.
Does it give you a warning if you drift too far?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, it
Like
does.
a return to the battlefield
like
kind of
return
thing.
to battlefield kind of thing, and then it'll just off you and put you right back with the host. So I can't troll people as much as I was hoping,
Well, and you can't split and do like the four towers or whatever all at the same time.
Probably not that far apart, no. But again, like we talked about early on, like when we found out about this, like what's going to be the speedrunners technique if they're trying to do a co-op? Where how far can the host go?
Yeah, you anchor the host in the middle and send everybody out to go do it as far as they. I'm sure somebody will find a sweet spot.
For sure. Yeah. So, but I'm kind of with Crawler. Like, I'll play the co-op stuff once it's all available. Once there's achievements and everything tied to it. But like,
there's no rush on this game because seasons last forever, and it takes a while to get fully featured.
I feel like Josh set us up for this episode because the title is "The Player Base Continues to Decline." So it's like people knew what they were getting into when they clicked on this stream.
And we're not trying to like. Mule just brought up a good like. He's got the Steam stats and everything, and so it's it's the unfortunate thing is like I still have a good time jumping in. This is one of the few games that I still play on the regular, right? But it's not like there's a ton to do, and even the store, like there's not even daily items in the store. It's a week's worth of items, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, and the skulls are kind of cool, like this month or this week in the store, but like it's also I'm not as jazzed about buying stuff because there's now 5. You had a cool suggestion when we were playing last week, Josh. There's 5 armor cores now, right? Isn't that how many there are?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5. It'd be cool if there could be an option like in Fortnite. I have specific things that are set to randomized, like my my like jet stream coming as I'm skydiving or whatever, and weapon skins on some of my guns. I just have them set to random. But if we can have like a random armor core to just like you set your 5 with the loadout how you want it to look, but then as opposed to having to go into the armory and choose which one you want, just have it set on a randomized thing so you can see all the different stuff eventually. If you want to. I mean, it can be just a as you want it kind of feature.
I'm fairly certain that is how Fortnite is, right? You can set your thing up to just pick
randomize it. Yeah.
You can randomize it.
You pick your faves.
You can also save
loadouts.
Like loadouts.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I like really wish they would do, because like I'm getting to the point now that I have each of my cores set the way I like them, and I would like to go in and see them. And it's a lot of times if once the timer starts, you can't go in and change anything at that point. Like you can't make any customizations or make any changes, and so if you forget to do that, then you're just stuck with the same one. I will say, I feel like I'm finally hitting my groove, like hitting a groove with some of the looks and everything. Like I like the way my Spartan is looking right now with a lot of the gear that they've had for sale. Yeah. Like I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
I'm looking forward to the I think it's like level 95 or something like that in the battle pass. The legendary pre-loadout skin or whatever for the Lone Wolf armor core. It looks really cool with the shark mask or whatever on it. That's in the loading screen every time now.
Right? Yeah. No, that one looks super cool, and I love that this week during the event you can unlock the gunmetal for your BR that matches the gunmetal shader or whatever, which is like, I think it's like 54 or something. It's the red and black. Like you're going to be able to unlock the BR that matches that within the next 2 weeks. You got
it's a 2 week event. Yep.
So you don't have to rush, but
it's a lot of Lone Wolf this week.
A lot of Lone Wolf, but there's also a blue and white. It looks like cotton candy Spartan.
The armor, the armor coating for level 9 of the 10 levels is, I think that's one of the better looking things that's in the whatever it's called, the challenge pack or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. There's some cool stuff there. I've been having a good time doing Last Spartan Standing. It's the only thing I don't like about Last Spartan Standing is if you leave, unless it's been fixed. But I know it would take a while for stuff to proc. And
it wouldn't immediately proc it.
Yeah. And so I've just been sitting and just watching the matches. I've actually had decent matches, so I'm getting like third or fourth. So it's not like I'm having to wait super long. But one of the things, and chat, I kind of want to hear from you guys on this as well. One of the things I realized ever since this, like after the beta, the first flight or whatever, I've always felt like my see how my aim is just a little bit off, like I overcompensate, overcorrect, and you'll notice it periodically.
That's what she said.
I don't even know what I said.
You overcompensate.
You overcompensate. Yeah.
Oh, that's my lifted truck, my lifted warthog. But yeah, like I didn't realize I had acceleration turned up to 4, and I don't remember doing it, but I dropped it back down, and all of a sudden I feel like
Laser beam is what you said.
Yeah, laser beam. Like I was beaming people, and I'm like, this is not like what's confusing about this game, because then we all got into the conversation. Well, what's your field of view at, and what's your sensitivity at, and like it may be worth like doing a little bit of a deep dive and like really, really dialing in. Like if you play on sensitivity 5 and your field of view is at like, because that's what you're at, right, Crawler? And your field of view is at like, what'd you say, 90 or 100?
Sorry, what?
I believe your field of view is at 100, right? And then your sensitivity is at 5. Like
5 and 5, and then I my acceleration was at 3. I turned it down to 2. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet with that one setting adjusted, but yeah.
It's not like it used to be back in the day where it's just like you're either 1 through 10 and you're good to go. The field of view changes everything, right? Because I'm playing at 120 because
it's perceived, it's for perceived fastness of the game with field of view, because it's not actually changing. It's just the scope in which it's in your face or periphery that you're seeing. The size and scale of what is immediately in front of you is adjusted in that manner as well. But I mean, that's the nice thing about these new systems. Both PlayStation 5 and Xbox are now, in essence, they're able to have sliders that the PCs have kind of always had.
And soon Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Soon Discord. Yes, cannot wait for that. That's going to be great. So, but yeah, so I'm curious to, continue messing around with my settings, because I know I can get this game dialed the way it's going to feel the best. And the settings I have right now are already feeling much better. But when I drop that field of view back down, I feel like I'm in mud, man. I feel like I'm going so slow, just so slow. And I can't do it. I tried dropping it back down, but I'm like, if I can just play with my, my sensitivities at 2 with my field of view at 120, and
because I used to play with sensitivity cranked up to like 8 or 9 back.
Back in the day, yeah. Halo 2, I was in 10, man. I mean, that was just the the glory days.
You could spin on people and just but yeah, that was on fixed perspective as well. So it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, at least they do have FOV on console.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. And I mean, there were still games that I could, that I would do fine. But there were other games that like there's still never been a time that I'm like, I really feel like my aim is where it should be, and it makes me want to get into games like Call of Duty Warzone again and see what some of the settings are in that game as well, because I've always just felt like my aim was kind of always going too far in either direction. And
I know like Warzone doesn't have FOV on console. I don't know if Apex does.
I don't think on console.
So I think Halo is like, if you want, a larger FOV, you're probably gonna have to stick with Halo.
For sure. What I'm curious about is like acceleration and things like that. If they're, and then the other thing is too, you get into having an elite controller, and how do you have that thing? Do I have that thing set up correctly and dialed in the way I like to? Because the other thing is I play with the taller stick, right? So it means you're not pressing as far to move
out of
to move. I sniped that guy out of the chopper, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm watching this B-roll. This game, we were down 3-0 at the beginning of land grab, and we came back and won, I think, 11-8. This was a good game.
Yeah, it was a lot. That was a fun night. That was a fun night for sure. So, and speaking of fun nights, the community game night, which is going to happen next Thursday, you guys should come hang out. And last Thursday's was a good time as
always.
usual, as always. Yeah, like as usual.
But we
So-
only play to win. If we lose one match, you get banned. So
So who
gets
carried
only-
y'all Thursday night?
We were getting we played some 4s initially because we didn't have.
no,
A ton
we
of
don't talk
people-
about that. We don't talk about that.
We
We've
got
won every single match.
We got
we've ever
spectacular.
played.
I think did we even score 15 points? I don't even know. It was
a warm-up match. It was a warm-up match.
We were getting MLG'd out our ass. Like it was.
So you missed the meal, is what you're saying? No, I'm just joking.
yes,
I blame it on Blitzkrieg.
So
That's
I
how I
think,
play
Nate,
on
I think
PlayStation.
Nate came on and he's like, I can stay out if you guys want to keep playing 4s. We're like, fuck no, we
No,
don't
no,
want
no,
to keep
no,
playing 4s.
That's because the only people that play the game are sweats right now. So it's like
Yeah.
you gotta go hard.
There's
No,
not a
yeah.
lot.
So, and there isn't a lot. So we got.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I can turn
we
this
got
on.
we got some stats here. I think we both hit the button at the same
Yep.
time. There we go. I will.
So
shrink
is
that
Steam
down.
a good indicator though? Because I'm assuming a lot of people play it from the Windows launcher and like Xbox.
I mean,
I don't
it's
know how
part
many. I
of
don't know
it.
how many PC players are playing from the Windows launcher because it's free.
Yeah.
It's just free on Steam. Like that's where I have it downloaded on
Yeah.
my PC. But like most people that are playing on PC want it on Steam because Steam does have achievements and those are tied in. It cross progresses Xbox achievements and Steam achievements with it. So I mean, it's a fairly good barometer, but it's the best barometer that actually has stats
Tracking.
that you can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick before we do jump into this completely, I want to make sure we mention there are drops, Twitch drops for HCS this weekend. You get tank armor, Spartan or a tank shader, a Spartan shader, and there's also the charm, a weapon charm that's like a boot. And then the other thing worth noting is that Clippy is gone tactical this week. So if you do your weekly challenge, you get a tactical Clippy weapon charm, which is
Oh man, I might actually play.
it's I don't know.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
this week's this week's charm looks cool.
Yeah, it does. So
I'm not
and-
getting back in until they add cattails and dog ears.
you,
And if you're worried about having to claim stuff,
unicorn horns.
there are Google extensions that do auto claiming for Twitch drops, so you can just leave the tab
Just
open
leave it
for the
up.
day.
Just leave it up.
Yep. Just make sure you download the extension and just Google it, and you'll find one. It's super nice to be able to have just drops automatically claimed, so you can just walk away from your computer if you need to.
You
absolutely.
don't watch the stream?
Absolutely,
I've been
I
streaming with
always
drops
100%.
on, and you're telling me all those
The whole
people
day.
weren't watching
the whole
me?
day. By the time
day.
you got off the other day, Johnny, I think I was at 96%. I had to go watch one other person for a little bit. I was watching your stream the whole time, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm sure. What did I say? What did I say?
You love multiverses. That's what you said.
I do. I do.
There you go. There you go. So looking at this, and Mule, kind of kick us off here
Yeah.
because you threw this question up on Twitter and in the Discord and stuff.
Yeah, I was just curious, like, what does Halo have to do to kind of get back on top? Just because this is looking at it as a year. So now let's look at it at a 6-month window. So January and on. So January 21st or 22nd, the player count was at 33,000. If you look at it now, it's at what today was 3,474. So that is a huge drop in 6 months, 3 months. You kind of see,
Especially looking at the all-time peak of launch week, probably.
Oh, yeah.
was
I mean,
269,000.
if you look at the whole thing back in November, just on Steam, it was 224,000 players, almost 225,000 players. But it has just
Is that
tanked.
peak? Is that right around like in the recent last 3 months? Was that had to be right around the season restart, right?
Yeah, the last time there was a peak was May 3rd, and I don't think there was another peak in there other than it was just May 3rd, which was 21,000 players, and then it's just dropped. It's a consistent drop, and it's just it's concerning because like we've said it before, this is the best feeling Halo, but I have my green screen actually black because I'm really worried it's just the death of Halo Infinite, because you keep seeing content like poured out in the Master Chief Collection and things like that, and you're like, well, where's the Halo Infinite stuff, man? Like stuff that we should have had way sooner than we have now. I mean, we don't have Forge. Like, I know it's coming, but
have you guys been seeing some of the Forge stuff that's been out on Twitter? Like scalable foliage and pelicans, and there's like some crazy stuff in there. Like, I'm wondering if it doesn't have the way to, the quote unquote answer your question. Like the way to save Halo is get your shit together. Get the co-op out, like that was due a while ago. Like the extended season that we're getting almost all the way up to the year anniversary. Make it a relaunch. Do something drastic, but have Forge ready to go day one, season 3. Don't screw up and not have stuff ready to go like they did with season 2, and come up with a cadence for your seasons that is engaging and not stagnant, because right now it's not worthwhile. Like my oldest is playing Fortnite now, so like that's kind of where he pulls me, and I'm duoing with him. But like it also has something I want. He's already gotten to level 100. He has Darth Vader. Like that's what I'm working towards. In Fortnite, I feel like there isn't we talk about a carrot on this. We've talked about that a lot with this. Like the shop doesn't have anything super great that's really driving me to want to do that. The weekly bonuses have gotten a little bit better for the challenges, but it's not enough, and it's also painful sometimes to get through those challenges because they're so ebbs and flows with how you want to play the game. And then also if you're trying to play with somebody else, it becomes a democracy and kind of what game modes you're trying to do, and everyone's trying to stack challenges and then trying to be as efficient as possible in that game to get it done, so that you aren't the anchor holding stuff back from people being able to move on with their challenges as well. Like you want to have a good flow with everybody, and maybe take on the Fortnite thing where weekly challenges are weekly for everybody. Everyone has the same challenge, so everyone gets in the same rhythm. I don't know what the answer is.
That might be the answer right there. Like having everybody just get the same ones, so that when we all jump in, we don't have to worry about, oh, I need to do this and I need to do this,
and have them all unlocked. I wouldn't mind a little bit further challenge, 50 instead of 25 kills with something.
Sure.
If I can work on everything like that, right. That is one thing I want.
Yeah. Lethal says Forge is the biggest thing coming in the near future that can help this game tremendously. Never-ending, self-sustaining, unique content for customs and matchmaking. I just hope
it looks better than old Forge, because Forge maps would all start to look the same in old Halo. I'm hoping the tools are better in this one.
And honestly, I think Forge is just for a niche group of players. Like I'll play Forge, but I'll play it like once in a blue moon, like with friends for customs and things like that. Like, I mean, it's still, for me as a player, like I can't speak for everyone because I know everyone has different things that really get them going. For me as a player, like simple things like not addressing and fixing the stupid crap they have with PC where you're getting shot behind walls, like stuff like that kills your community, because there's just like, I can't really play it on PC because I tried to play some rank the other day just to do it, for funsies. And while I was still slaying, I was still getting killed behind walls because of the desync stuff. People spawning right behind me right after I spawn. And I was just like, these are like things that I feel like that this is mostly a multiplayer game or what it's known for, right? And then you have, HCS, and if I had a console, maybe I'd play it more. But, I feel like as a PC player, I'm just like, I love the frames and I love everything I can get for PC, but it's at the same time, I'm like, there's these simple things they should be, well, I shouldn't say simple. I should say there's these things that should be super important, but it seems like they're just like, yeah, they're there, we know. I don't know. It's tough to want to be competitive and play, and you're having to fight the game itself,
I think one thing they could do, or what they need to do, is get big names playing the game again. Like,
do Twitch look at?
No one will play it though.
But look at Twitch
pay them
drops.
money. Give them money.
Yeah,
They're not gonna play it for money.
Oh yes, they
I
will.
think they will.
Not with problems that they have right now.
The game needs to be fixed. That needs to be part of that rebrand, like that relaunch.
They just do a relaunch, and like say when Forge comes out, you pay Nick Merckx to play, or even though
he's not ever going to come back to this game.
You have people like Nick Merckx. What he said, last week or a couple weeks ago about how 343 completely dropped the ball.
Yeah,
and yet
should
you have
these
big influencers talking smack about the game, like nobody's going to play it. Like,
yeah.
Nick Merckx has 40,000 people watching him every day, so it's like
they're not watching him; they're watching his forehead. So,
but there was hype around this game when it came out from some of the bigger streamers like Disrespect and Ninja and Merckx.
Well, I think Ninja really wants to get into the game. Like,
that's the thing, though. It's like there's too many issues in the multiplayer, especially as a PC player. It's like no one wants to get beat by the game. You want to be beat by someone that's on the other side of the sticks or the keyboard, and they're just better than you for that one instance, right?
Nobody's better than me. Nobody.
That's right.
That's Johnny comment.
Yeah, we're not streaming it, so of course it's dead.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
we stream it every other week.
Could you imagine Dr. Disrespect if he got killed behind walls constantly? What way he would respond to that? Like, he would be like,
yeah, but that's his content, though. That's what people watch him for. That's what people want to see. They want to see him rage. They want to see people rage. Like, I think Disrespect, that would be. They were all hyped.
Disrespect is still playing Warzone, and that game is not great.
Oh, he hates it. It's because he's not good at Apex.
Well, we just gotta wait for his NFT game, and then we're good.
I mean, that's the whole thing he said. He's just not as good at Apex, so that's why he goes back to Warzone.
He's designing a game right now, right? He's got his own studio.
Yeah.
He got a streamer item added into Tarkov, so I mean, he was playing that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean Tarkov, that's popular because of
drops. Drops and streamers make Tarkov, because otherwise it's fairly obscure. It's a Russian development team. It's a different, complex, difficult game, and it has a pretty strong player base that sticks around. I mean, it dwindles. It's at its kind of peak right now because it just had a wipe where everyone's reset back down to base level, and you have to earn your way back kind of up the chain.
I saw a tweet. I forget. I don't know who it was, but they said, "What game would be completely dead if it didn't have people streaming it?" And they're answering like Dead by Daylight. They're saying that game would be completely dead if nobody was streaming it. And I think. I don't know, but battle royales are the big thing now. So say you launch your battle royale, pay streamers to play it, and maybe breathe some life back into the game.
I mean, that's in my opinion, that's the only way this game's going to get back on top, is having a BR. I mean, that's the new arena shooters are dying, man. It's going back to BRs now. unfortunately, I don't like saying that, but it's the new hotness.
Does Apex still do their trials like 3v3 stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
they have
still have
arenas,
it.
but I don't think that
They-
many people play it.
No.
I mean, I don't
Apex-
think that many people stream it.
Didn't Apex like just need a hot patch or something like that? Wasn't something extremely broken in Apex just recently?
I don't know.
From my-
You're not supposed to play Apex in August though. So, but they're having an anime. Like another thing,
They have a really
these
cool
games-
event right now.
They have
with
cool events. Like
skins.
Apex has
Yeah.
an anime event going on right now. Next
Yeah.
or in August, Fortnite's going to have a Dragon Ball event. Like Halo has these events, but they're just like generic. Like you need crossovers, or you need like a.
They need to go
reason for
crazy
people to
with.
come.
They need to go crazy with the armor cores and
Like,
start
Do
adding
a Destiny
stuff.
crossover.
Yeah, you
Like-
have Xbox IP. Like what? Doom.
Mhm.
You know,
Skyrim,
even like Skyrim would be cool.
Fallout.
Mass Effect. Like you could do all kinds of stuff.
But like, I mean, I know, like back when Halo 3 came out, maybe people didn't play for cosmetics, but it's a different world now. Like,
100%
You
it
need
is.
stuff to bring people in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the BR, like, they need to figure out a way for the BR to even be like competitive. Right? And I mean like
The
to where
BR
it's like
right now is it's too stagnant.
the
Like the last Spartan standing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
is
not
that what
even a BR, man.
That-
That's just arena shooter solo.
Right. What I'm saying though is like, you know how Fortnite as a BR still had massive tournaments, right?
Mhm.
Like that's what needs
Apex
to
just had
happen.
their ALCS, so like people want to watch that stuff.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And that's what there has to it really needs to shine when it finally hits. I can't wait to like I really wonder what it's going to be like if imagine rolling
If it's
around
real.
in the Warthog and running into other groups and third partying while you're in your different vehicles and seeing some people in the sky. The problem, like one of the issues, if it's a 4-player BR, you can only take 3 people in the Warthog, right? Like, isn't that? You know what
It's
I
gonna
mean?
be
Like,
Yeah.
You just gotta
I
have
mean, you
you
could
just gotta
put
have a skier
specific
behind you with
vehicles.
with
You could
a
put
grapple
specific-
strap.
Razorback. Maybe they don't have
Yeah.
Warthogs. Maybe they have Razorbacks.
yeah.
Just Razorbacks, and I mean, I still think it would be a really cool thing if they did like ODST as a BR, because then you don't have all these things in effect of you get Spartans and things like that. Like ODST BR would be awesome. And then maybe if you figure out a better way to do Spartan BRs, you do that like later on,
Well, and ODST could even be like use the framework of that game that they upscaled and brought to MCC. Like use the framework of that map and turn that into a BR map.
Yeah.
Because that whole overworld of Halo 3 ODST was pretty cool. Find a way to make it traversal in not as alleywayed and stuff like it I think it was, but use the basic framework of New Mombasa and turn that into a seasonal BR map and then have a Zeta Halo map and have a Delta Halo map. Like you could probably find some classic ways to take Halo
if-
CE and Halo Infinite and Halo 3 ODST and just turn those take the map that the Scarab walks around in Halo 3 and find interesting ways to do classic stuff that you've seen in the franchise.
Dude, I mean, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, my bad. I was just thinking like, what if we're not getting these classic maps because they're gonna smush them all together in a BR map, kind of like how Call of Duty did.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean,
The-
there's just so much they could do, man. Like, if you even think about it, like, you have the whole, like, part of the lore with Halo, right, is the actual old school Spartan history. So it's like, you could do so many cool things. You could have, like, old school Spartan looking armor, right? Or, like, maybe you have a Spartan shield on your back or a Spartan helmet that looks almost like a hoplite from the Greeks. You know, it's just there'd be so many cool things you could do just to like liven the game up.
Have Master Cheeks in there. He's just
Yeah.
chilling and
Yeah,
That's-
where
you
he
find
has armor on everything
Easter
but his
egg.
butt cheeks. It'd be perfect.
Well, and once the BR is done, I don't know if you guys have ever done any of the there's like 50 versus 50 in Fortnite where you just there's a
Team
ticket
Rumble.
there's a
Yeah.
there's a ticket counter.
Yeah.
Like, could
I
you
want a
imagine?
Snoop Dogg concert on Zeta Halo. That's what I want.
Yeah, it'd be super fun.
Hey, I mean, anything that's going to be bringing people in. I mean, that's like metaverse stuff right there, right? But like, we get a concert in Halo during the BR, sure. Like, let's do it.
I mean, and I think too, like what will help this game propel it forward is as they focus more on like the PvP stuff and BR modes, is allowing big content creators to host their own events. Like I think that's even bigger. Like because then you have other events that maybe a guy that's not a pro but wants to play in it can play. You know, I think that's another great way to get additional eyeballs on the game. You know. Like if you have a guy that he's Onyx, but he's not a pro, but he wants to go in and play the BR and have a chance to win $6,000 or something. Like, yeah, dude. You know how many people would try that? Like,
Well,
I'll
and,
try
that,
it.
and that,
We could do
yeah,
it. We'll
that's
do
a
it.
that's a Fortnite thing with like the qualifier cups that are just ongoing all the time.
yep.
I just want to go 50v50 with tickers with a ticket counter. You know what I mean? Like just those massive scale battles, along
Heck
with
yeah.
the BR, along with the arena shooters, the shooter, you know, that we already have. Like, there's great foundation here. There's incredible foundation here.
Well, and they've already
And
said they want to
so-
make this thing, this new game, a platform to
Mhm.
expand upon.
I
mean, they
you
built a
know,
new engine for it. I mean, it makes sense.
I think in 2 years, you know, it's gonna be pretty solid. I don't know how they get the player base
Fortnite
back.
did not launch great. I mean,
Yeah, they didn't even have the battle royale, right? It was just save the
It
world.
was
Yeah,
Save the
just
World.
save the world. Yeah.
So games struggle. Some game like Fallout 76 did the same thing. No Man's Sky did the same thing, and those games are pretty solid. And like No Man's Sky is one of the people love that game now because
it's like
how many
comeback
updates
game
it's
of the
got.
year, like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, so I mean, they could do it. Just getting people back is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle. And but again, with the foundation that this game already has, it's all possible, right? It's just they have to start delivering. They've got to start giving us something, because it feels like are they even around at this point, right? And I think we're seeing more. I think there was like an art director or something that left recently. Like, it's like there's
a lot of people I think that are taking other positions. So
yeah, like in some cases it feels like there's an exodus happening, you know, and it's just we really want to see this game succeed. That's really what the bottom line is. We Blitzkrieg is saying let us all remember MCC, right? But like, again, the fact that we have to say that with the company that already did that once is that's the tough pill to swallow.
yep.
You know, this game should have launched with at least some classic maps out of the pit from Halo 3 should be in this game.
Lockout,
Blood Gulch, Hang 'em High, like,
yep.
they should be here. But what's going to happen is they're going to wait for the community to build them in Forge. And then maybe they'll get tossed in to the mix. But
What did they do if Forge doesn't save them?
I I don't know that it's going to save anything as far as like, I don't know how it brings many people back as far as people that are just wanting to play the game versus like create, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I mean, I think it comes down to what we've been talking about. They need to tweak challenges, find a better way to have day in, day out engagement, because I think that's a roadblock right now. I think the pacing of getting through the battle pass, I think is kind of that might need to get tweaked as well if they change kind of how challenges work. But I mean, I feel like you can get through the battle pass. I haven't used any boosters or anything like that, and I've barely done skips or anything unless it's just something that's atrocious. But so I mean, I think maybe getting through the battle pass is okay. It might have to change if they do challenges better. But like the weekly challenge grind is not fun.
No.
So I mean, finding a way to have better engagement, let people play what they want to play. Maybe that comes with a BR. I mean, having better options to pick up weapons and other things. But when they tie you into getting kill an oddball carrier 3 times or something like that, where you can't guarantee that you get an oddball match, is frustrating.
Yep.
And so finding better ways or better metrics to implement challenges throughout the week or throughout the season, I think would be better. And that
Maybe,
but I mean, map stagnation has become a problem. Like, it's great that we got a new big team battle map and a new arena map, but like, I will say, I think the B-roll that's playing right now, I think we got a new map, a different map. We didn't have repeats for like 5 or 6 matches. I think I made a comment about it in our team chat, but like that was refreshing, but it was also kind of rare enough that I talked about it. Like the map selection is not great. I think some of the random BR Team Slayer starts that you can get now, I think help a little bit with some of those maps, especially like Behemoth and this new one a little bit, having BR starts, but it can also make matches a little bit more sweatier, like we were seeing when we were playing 4s last week in before we moved to big team battle. So it can make it's good and bad. There's 2 sides of that coin.
you know, and maybe the way we should start looking at this is that Bungie was really good at what they did for Halo 1 through 3. Maybe that's the way we should start looking at it, is Bungie was just really good at what they did. And, you know, not every studio is equipped to do what Bungie did, you know, and they had some very talented people. They knew what they wanted. They did it. And also I feel like, you know, at some point, like it's almost they listen too much to like the hardcore community. And so it's like they aren't allowed to make the game they want to make, if that makes sense.
Yeah, HCS I think does kind of run the roost, I think, a little bit sometimes in decisions made.
Yeah. So maybe that's the way we look at it. Maybe it's just Bungie was really good at what they did, you know?
Just buy Bungie again from PlayStation.
Yeah.
That deal just closed. Just buy them back.
Like, look, guys.
And even Bungie struggled with like Destiny, and they brought it back. So
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
I
and
think
you
it's
think
because
about, and you
Destiny
think
was
about
a
it,
new
the
IP
Halo,
too.
the Halo people at Bungie, a lot of them moved to 343. I don't know how many of them are still there, but a lot of them came and stayed at 343 when that all went down.
Yeah. I mean, you can have underlings that stay, but that doesn't. Leadership is a big factor in a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's Microsoft or if that's 343. I don't know. Maybe they're not getting enough like assets allocated to them to do what they need to do. Maybe they don't have the staff. I mean, I can't remember who I was talking with on the stream the other night. It's just like seeing a lot of job openings at 343, and it's like, man, what is going on over there? Like, is it just like they want to ramp up their production and they just don't have enough people, or are people leaving? You know,
I think that can also just be industry as a whole right now has lots of
Turnover
holes
and-
everywhere.
Yeah.
From nurses to pilots to lifeguards to whatever. I mean, to fast food workers. I mean, it's
Pay the folks, bro.
Everything's remote, so that always makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
Well, we've solved all the issues for Infinite. All they have to do now is act. And
Just need to listen to us. No.
we've
They're
guys
probably
with
doing. They're
mics.
like, oh god.
They're like these guys again.
These guys. Why did they get this name? Why did they? We
How
can't
did
even
they get this
We
name?
gotta buy it off. We gotta buy it off of them.
We can't even start our own show now because they took the name. I love it.
Yeah.
Even Blitzkrieg says, "Good job, you did it." See, there we go. We did it. So, guys, seriously, thank you so much for being here with us live. Of course, we got the community game night happening next week, and that's always a good time. We appreciate everybody that's been listening to this show. The amount of downloads and everything is almost more than the player base. So thank you so much for that. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Please call us at your earliest convenience.
Now, show me what you can do.